So, customer sent me this inquiry. He's given me the chassis number of the car and a description of the part. That's probably what you're going to fire over to us, which we'll then price for you. So in this case, my suppliers email me back and give me the part numbers and the prices, okay? So, I'm going to go into the system and back onto the same homepage as the finding quote screen. This time I'll be creating a quote. This is going to be the most useful step you'll learn, okay? Now, new quotation section here, fairly obvious. New or existing customer. This guy's an existing customer of mine, okay? So I'm going to click existing customer. Again, you've got to find him. 3 different methods to search.
Probably email's the fastest, maybe?
Email is always the fastest, yeah. So type in his email address or the beginning of it. It'll highlight the options. Choose the right one. Again, you do have to click on it properly there. You can't just type in the full email address and press enter. Because if you were to do that, like that,
just cuts it off.
It will fail. See? So you've got to click on it in the pop-up. Proceed to customer details. Okay. Check they're all correct. Obviously he's an existing customer, so they already exist in there. Therefore, they are already correct. So I can basically skip past that screen. If I'd click new customer, this would all be blank. You'd have to fill it in. This is to do with search engine optimization data, okay? Depending on how the inquiry comes to you, this may already be filled in, which it is for me, as you can see. More on that later. Ignore this screen in this demonstration.
We'll just skip proceed to quote.
Now, first thing you need to do is fill in the date and time you received it, okay? So this was Sunday at 7:58 PM. Click on that, choose Sunday. You can only do it in 15-minute intervals, so I'm going to choose 8 o'clock. Probably about the nearest. Select the currency you want to quote him in. I'm going to use GBP, you're going to be using USD mostly. If he's given you a PO number, if it's an order, you can put that in there, but he won't have done, it's just an inquiry at this stage. That's where you put his VIN number in. Very important you fill that in. You can make notes here. On the quote itself,
internal notes
for administration purposes, such as do not ship this until the rest of his orders arrive. Internal notes for the quote, as in to help you close it, like call back on Friday, you know, whatever it might be. Internal notes for the customer carry across all of the customer's quotes. So if there's always something you know about a customer, like he always prefers FedEx, you can put that in there and it will appear on all of his quotes. Family, it tells you here what you need to choose. So in this case, and in most of your cases, the answer will be OE. As in original parts. Aftermarket is the tuning side of stuff we do. General accessories is what it is. Here we score it. Well, we can't score it yet until we actually put the figures in here, so we'll leave that blank for now. That will never be applicable to you. For now, that is not applicable to anyone, so you can ignore that. Okay. The only one that is relevant is this. Ticking that means it's a potential trade customer. So if their name is, you know, autobody@hotmail.com, it's likely they are a trade customer, despite coming in, you know, as.
So, long story short, he's not end user. He's
exactly, not the end user.
He's doing it for business, basically.
Yeah, exactly. However, in this case, because he was an existing customer, I don't need to tick that. That would be if you're making a new customer. Just to show you. You don't need to choose that now. He's not having anything shipped yet. This is just a quote. Okay. So that can be left blank. You can ignore that for now as well. I'll show you that in a minute. So this is the screen where you actually start inputting the data. Start with the manufacturer, which of course is Lamborghini in this case.
Highlight it.
Lamborghini, it will find it for you if you just type in the first few letters. You can use the tab function like you do in Excel. Okay. Part number next, which is this one. Paste it in, and it fills in a lot of the stuff for you already. Okay. By default, the cheapest supplier will be chosen. Obviously, we have several suppliers, as you can see, but the default is going to be the cheapest supplier. That's probably where you're going to want to leave it most of the time. However, you can also see that you're buying in euros, so that means you're buying it from Europe. That may be relevant to you because you may want to buy it from a US supplier. You don't know at this stage. But the cheapest supplier will always be selected.
We don't have too many US suppliers over there yet, do we?
Not yet, and none for Lamborghini. But we do in the making. You will, as I said, 99% of the time you'll leave it as the cheapest. Okay, price. This is where I select the price to give to my customer. Okay. Now I sell to this customer already. Okay.
Yep.
And I always sell to him at a margin of 15% for Lamborghini.
Okay. So keep it at 15.
Yeah, but we've actually recently, well, it's no longer recently, but fairly recently, we've procured better pricing on Lamborghini,
Right.
which means my 15% has now actually become
20, 26.
Yeah.
Well, that's hell, it's 38.
Yeah, it is because I haven't changed the price yet.
Okay.
So I'm going to calculate how to give him 19%, which is what I want to give him. Okay. And the answer will be, I first need to change the price to who I plan to buy it from. Now I want to buy it from this guy. The reasons you don't need to know at this moment in time, but I do. So first of all, I'm going to input my correct cost price, which is.
And how do you take your?
You won't actually need to know this, so there's no point in me telling you how I got to that.
Got it.
It won't be relevant to you. You'll be asking me for a quote, so
Alright, cool.
I'll never give you any maths. I'll just give you the answer.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So now that the system is correct for what I'm actually buying it for, you can see my current margin is 42%. Okay. I want to reduce that to 19. So this is where maths does become relevant. Don't know how hot you are on maths, but basically divide that by 0.81.
Yeah, opposite the
and
inverse.
and you'll get 19%. So if I do 1, 2, 9, 29, that will drop to 19%, as you can see.
And then you did that off the specific unit cost before any discount?
That's exactly right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to create that quote, okay? It won't let me because I haven't said whether it's good, bad, or medium
okay,
yet.
then inquire
Okay?
score.
It's bad. It's only worth £25 to me. Yes, it's at a good margin, but the key question is, would I want the same inquiry again? Okay? And it's kind of a yes, maybe, no. The answer is no. I don't want to do anything that's going to make me only £25.
Okay.
So I'm going to rate that as a bad inquiry.
Okay. Man, this is your current account, though.
Yes, but it's still a bad inquiry.
Chris, sorry to insult you, mate. We've got a Harold that you spoke with that's Lucy's customer the other day.
I'm in a meeting. Thanks. Then I'm going to hit the create quote button.
Success, Chris.
Now, if he wants it again, do you do it again for the price, or?
Yes, if he wants the same part again, I will stick to that price with
So,
him.
what's the point of reporting as bad?
Because it is a bad inquiry. I can't make enough money on it. £25 is not enough money for me to warrant the 5 minutes it's taken me to create this quote.
Got it, makes sense.
Yeah. So it's a bad inquiry because of the value of it.
Okay.
If it was for £1,000,
Yeah, it's different.
yeah, then and it was still one part, I'd be very interested in it. I'd like to do it again. So that's a good inquiry. But one part worth £25 that takes 5 minutes to serve is not worth our time. Yeah. So therefore, it's a bad inquiry,
Got it.
even though it's a good customer and he's repeating business with me.
Right, makes sense.
But overall, that is a bad inquiry because I wouldn't want it again.
Okay.
So I'm now going to download it. Okay, as a PDF. You can call it anything you want. You don't have to call it anything. Just leave it as what it is there.
Okay.
But for my own reference, I'm going to call it the name of his company.
Yep.
And that's saved. And I will then email it to him.
All right, now, for your quotes, do you include the shipping? You wait?
For him, I don't because he's a wholesale customer who collates shipment. So he buys 20 orders from me.
So he'll order them. He'll get the quotes here and here throughout the month, and then
Yeah, and then he'll order a bunch of it. He'll wait for it all to arrive, and then he'll
Got it.
send one shipment. Sorry, I needed to actually put 4 of them in there. I
Yes,
just
I seem
realised.
to remember, yes.
So I need to re-download that. Now with 4 in there.
now he's
Oh, yes,
out of
I
Africa.
received
How
your
did you find him
message,
again?
of course, yeah.
He's
I
actually
haven't
from Korea.
heard back from
Okay.
Ferrari
Yeah,
yet,
the Africa guy was the last